Hey you guys, so welcome back to the channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So today I'm going to be talking through how my binders are going to be set up and how I'm going to be planning for them in my budget. So basically what I have done is created more categories. I had a long hard look at what I've been spending, like based on your guys' advice, because in my previous video I had said that I was starting to struggle a wee bit with spending again, and I felt like I was going over budget. So what I have done is I've sorted out my 4 binders. So I'm just going to start by talking you through the ones that you've already seen, which is my savings binder. So in this binder is all my savings challenges. The first one I've got is the emergency fund, which I am putting the cash into this little tub here. So as you can see, the little envelopes have got money in them there. I still need to decorate this little tub because I think it would be way cuter, but we're getting there. And this challenge is from Dee Louise Budgets, and I can link her channel down below. This next challenge here is my Christmas fund. So I've got the envelope, and these are both from Rainbow Budgets. Again, I can link her channel down below. If you didn't see my previous videos about these challenges, I can link them up in the cards if you do want to check them out. I've also got the Vitamin D Fund challenge, which I am putting money in for me and my partner's wedding / honeymoon. It's kind of starting off as a honeymoon fund because that's what we're like most excited to book like sooner, because we're going to be spending a lot more money on the honeymoon than we are on the wedding. We're not wanting like a big fancy day or nothing, it's just kind of not our thing, so we're looking forward to going on holiday. So that's what that's for. And then I've got a few challenges at the back here that I haven't started yet, and I just put this little thank you card from Rainbow Budgets in here. I'm going to see if my partner wants to colour it in or not. He's been helping me with the penny challenge. He's enjoyed crossing them off. I think because it's nice and colourful, it's like a bit more fun. So that's what I've got in my savings binder. This is the only one that's got vinyl on it because it's the one that I've had the longest, and I got this done on Etsy. So these binders are I don't have names for them yet, but I've kind of categorized them in ways that make sense to me. So this blue one here is my sinking funds that are like more long term, like I'm going to need to put more money into before I can start using them. So the first one I've got is driving lessons, and basically what I've done is I got these little cards off of Etsy, and you are able to write on the card. It's just paper, but I thought in case I want to rub it off, I'm just going to write it on the envelopes, and then I can wipe it off if I want to change it to something else. So that kind of made sense to me. If you don't want to know how much is in all these envelopes, I will be doing a cash stuffing video probably at the end of the month. I've kind of changed my budget a little bit in the sense that I'm going to be stuffing my sinking funds after all the bills and everything have come out, just so I can see where we really are, and potentially be putting more money towards debt before popping it into our sinking funds. So I know like with budgeting you're supposed to be planning each pound and like know where everything is going to, but at the moment I'm just trying my best, and if that's what's going to work for me, then that's the way that we're going to have to try and do it. But we've got Luna's envelope. Again, this is a long-term thing. This is just for her vet visits or if she needs anything that's out with her food budget. So we've got a food budget that just goes in with our other budgeting bills, and this is money for emergencies basically. And then the one at the back here is birthdays. So we would have had like Christmas and emergency in here, but because I've got challenges for those ones, they're staying in the challenge binder and the rest are in here. So that's my 3 kind of longer term goals. Now this purple binder is our weekly binder. So in here is going to be the things that we pay for on a weekly basis that I would normally be using my card for. So I've decided that we're going to try doing cash spending when we're getting our groceries. So we shop in Aldi, and because we get my dad shopping on a weekly basis, we get our shopping on a weekly basis. I used to only go shopping every 2 weeks and just do like a massive shop. But it's kind of been working for us going on a weekly basis. We spend a lot less money because we're actually using the things that we're buying, and we're not just buying like loads of things and then not getting the use out of it. So I feel like we have saved money doing this. And I think it'll be even better when we start doing cash, because we'll have money to put towards our penny challenge as well. So the next one is petrol. So my partner is the one who can drive at the moment, and he gets the petrol out of his own money, but he obviously drives me around places. Really, the car is a shared expense for us. So petrol is in here, and then work lunch. So this is my personal work lunch envelope. My partner, where he works, gets lunch at his job, whereas I have to go out and get lunch if I'm going to buy lunch. But my plan is to have a set amount in here, and that's all I'm able to spend on work lunch. I'm sick of spending £6 at Subway on a Monday and then a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday I go to Greg's. Like, it's just becoming too much money, and I am able to take a lunch with me, so there's no reason for me to be spending 30 quid a week on lunches. So this is like my little weekly binder, and basically when I take cash out, because obviously my partner's on with the car, I will have £100 for the month in here, but then he will take £20 a week out of it and just have it as a weekly amount. So I'm basically going to be transferring the money from here into his wallet, but I'll have like a month's petrol money in this wallet. So that's the plan. And then our final wallet here is our kind of like random savings. We have goals for them, but they're not necessary. Like, I would rather have our blue binder filled before this one. So this is kind of like, once everything else is dealt with, these are the envelopes I want to be starting to stuff. So all of these ones are new categories for us. And the first one here is house and garden. So our garden, we haven't done anything to it since we moved into our house, and that was nearly 3 years ago that we've been here. So I really want to get some money together to be able to do it up, but I've also put house in here because I want to paint as well. There's nothing massive that needs done at the moment, but we will be wanting to get our flooring done in the living room. Yeah, it's just little things like that I think we should start saving up for, because I don't want to have to take it out of the emergency fund, because I mean, if it's not an emergency, I would rather not do that, obviously. So I'm going to start doing that. Meg's treat. So basically what I was saying in the video, where again I was a bit upset about my budget and saying that I'd spent loads of money on clothes and stuff, this is what this envelope is for. So if I put £20 in here for the month, it means that I really need to think about what I'm going to purchase, and I can't just willy-nilly spend all my money. So this will be coming out of like my personal money. So I have written all the categories down. I can show you at the end, and it will tell you where the money is coming from, whether it's a shared expense or from my personal account. And I can show you guys how I worked out these categories as well. So this one is date night. This will be a shared expense. We rarely have date night. We got vouchers for Christmas, which was really great, and we went out for dinner. We went to the cinema. Like, it's just been so much fun, and I miss going out. We had stopped doing it because of COVID, and I think since then it's just been like, well, we don't have the money to do it. All the money that we've been using has been to put into savings. So I'm thinking, if we can put some money in here a month, it means we can have a date night and just go out and have fun, because I've really enjoyed it. And I've also got Wagamama gift vouchers in here. Oh, and there's House of Fraser gift cards in the Meg's treat, because I got that as a present. But it'll probably be a house item that I buy for that anyways, so yeah. The next one here is social, so that's just for me going out with my friends. I really don't go out often. See, to be fair, I went out last night and I was rough for it. So I'm not really a big like going out drinking kind of person. So when I do go out, I want to have a little bit of money, so as we can do something nice, go for dinner, things like that. Then we've got takeaway. So again, we were starting to spend a lot more money on takeaways, and I'm thinking if we have a set amount of money, then once it's used, but at least we've got a set amount of money and we're not going overboard. Not only just for like the health aspect of it all, but like the financial. Like it's such a burden having £20 here, £25 there, and then it adds up. Like we're skint from having takeaways, it's such a waste. And then this final one is future bills. So I had ran out of my little cards. I only got 12 of them. Really, I could have done with a couple more because I did have a few more categories in mind, such as car maintenance, car insurance. So stuff like that is going to be in the future bills envelope. So I know a lot of people do like month ahead, and it would be like the bills that they already currently pay. But for me, this envelope is going to be for if we get a bill that we weren't expecting, that we've never had before. So something happens and the car needs something. This is a future bill, but it's basically to prevent us from using our emergency fund when it's literally a bill rather than an emergency. So to me, an emergency is like, I don't know, the washing machine breaks and we need to get a new one. That's what I'm going to be using that for, and that's all my categories. So I will just quickly show you guys how I worked out what categories I was going to be doing. It's a little bit of a mess. I sat and wrote out all of my personal expenses that I put from my own personal bank account. This isn't the house account. So we've got two separate bank accounts. That's one for shared expenses, and then me and my partner both have one each. So from my account, this is all of the expenses from April the 8th to April the 29th. So you can see 500 sent to the house card, and then my penny challenge savings. And the coloured squares is because I sat and categorised all this spending, and it continues on to the next page and the next page. So not good. Also, this was really messy because I was just doing this for myself, but I wanted to show you guys like how I figured all this out. So I then sat and put it into categories. So we've got house bills, personal bills, which is like my phone bill and stuff like that. Savings, PayPal and 3, that was a problem. Takeaways, quite high, £45, and that's just coming out of my personal account. Social, £48, I'm fine with that. Frivolous spending, £264.87. So what I've concluded in that is Primark, B&M, Wilko, any online clothing, Shein, stuff like that. Anything that I didn't need to buy goes into this category, and I'm really disappointed in myself. Work lunches was £41.87, which not too bad. In all honesty, could have been worse. And then overdraft charge was 31p, which again I'm not that mad about. But basically, my income was £1,219, and all of these outgoings was £1,145, which left me with like no money for the rest of the month. And I still had my phone bill and my loan to pay, which was £109. So I've spent £34 over what I have had as income. So that told me that something had to change, and it was really eye-opening seeing it put out like this. And I had done everything as a percentage, so I could see like, okay, so 43% of my wage went to bills, 5.4% went to savings, but then the rest went to spending. So it was kind of good seeing it as like bills and like a percentage. So then what I done from there was wrote out all the categories that I think we should be saving for and putting money towards. So the ones that are highlighted in blue are all of the shared expenses, and the ones that I haven't highlighted are the ones that I'll be paying for from my personal money. So we've got groceries, petrol, house and garden, date night, takeaway, future bills, Luna, birthday, emergency, Christmas, and honeymoon. They're all of our shared ones. And then my personal ones are going to be work lunches, Megan's treat, social, and driving lessons. So that's just my saving categories. That doesn't include my personal bills or anything. And then down here I've written the 50, 20, 30. So basically what I want to be having is 50% of the money goes to bills, 20% goes to spending, and 30% goes to saving. I think normally it's the saving and the spending percentage is the other way around, but for me personally, saving or putting to debt is going to be the priority. So the 30% I'm going to have a debt payment in there as well. So in an ideal world, this is what all of our bills would be. The 3 tacked on at the end here is pet plan, which is our pet insurance that my partner was paying for, my partner's car finance, and his car insurance. So these 3 payments here are like out with the payments that we are regularly making anyways. So the total comes to £865.70. So based on my percentages, what I want to have is 50% bills, so that number there, 30% savings, which is £519.42, and then 20% spending, which is £346.28. What I did decide to do when I worked out my spending and my saving, because I only work in notes rather than pennies, I'm going to leave the pennies to build up in the account as a buffer. So what I would be taking out for savings is going to be £510, and I've sat and worked out here where that money would be going, and £340 for spending. So I'm just going to talk you through these categories real quick and what to expect from potentially next month. So you'll be seeing my budget with me for May into June, and in that video you will not be seeing this. This will not be our monthly plan for that month, for a multitude of reasons, but I will talk about it more in that video. So if you want to subscribe down below, if you want to hear about why our budget is going to be changing for this month coming, but in the future this is going to be my game plan. So for house and garden I've budgeted 40. Also I had to change some of these numbers because I forgot that Luna's food was a thing. I forgot to budget for our food. I don't know how I missed it, but £120 needs to be budgeted for her food, so I've taken some money out of these categories to put that money into her food. So we've got house and garden getting £40, future bills getting £40, Luna's like vet bill envelope gets 50, birthdays is getting 40, Christmas is getting 50, emergency is getting 80, so I've picked this as a priority. Honeymoon would be getting 40, and an extra debt payment would be getting 80. Again, that is a priority for us. And then Luna's food, £90 of it is coming from savings, and £30 of it is going to be coming from the spending category. So because we've made such a small spending category, we can't have £120 going to Luna's food. It just doesn't work. So we've had to take some from savings, but I took some because my plan was to put £100 into Luna's envelope for the vet bills, but I've taken 50 out to put towards our food. So if that makes sense. So we've got for our spending categories, which is like our weekly envelopes, which would be groceries 150, petrol 100. He's roughly about £20 a week, but some weeks are some months are going to be 5 weeks. So just to keep that topped up, I would rather have £100 in there. And then takeaway, I've put 20, so that's about like 1 takeaway a month. For health reasons, that's also how much I want to be having, and if we don't use it, it will roll over it, I think. And whatever change we have will be going into the penny challenge. Date night, I've put 40, so we can use that for a takeaway if we wanted to. We could go to the cinema, we could go out for dinner, mini golf. I don't really mind, but £40 again, we will probably just keep building that up. And then I did have an extra debt payment in here, but I've had to take it out of the spending category to put it towards Luna's food. So it means that me and my partner both have to put £865 into the shared account for this budget to work, which is quite a lot. So at the moment, me and my partner are both earning, I'm earning 1,300 a month, and he is earning 1,500, 400. He has had an increase in pay, so we're not sure how much it's going to be, but we're not super comfortable with this amount. it's pretty high, but I'm happy that the majority is going to savings. And if you think about it, if that was just in my bank account, it would have been spent on rubbish. So I'm quite happy to be doing it that way. So finally, I'm just going to show you how this works out for my personal bank account. So here I've put my income as 1,200 because my income ranges from 1,100 to 1,300 based on the hours that I'm getting. So I went in the middle and played it safe a little bit. Like this month I got 1,290, but you know, it could be lower next month, so I would rather have a nice safe number. So for my bills, the house card would be getting 865. My phone bill is £45. And then our consolidation loan, which I can link a video to here if you're interested, is £64. So that means that £974 is for bills, which when that breaks down to the percentage of my income, it's 81.2%, which obviously is a lot higher than the 50. However, because the money that's getting sent to the house card, some of that will be savings and some of it will be spending. So it's not exactly £81, but because I'm putting it in the bills category, technically it's 81%. So what I've decided to do with my remaining 18.8% is I've put 10% to savings and 8.8% to spending. So that gives me £120 to save. So the way I'm breaking that down is £40 to my driving lessons, £60 to my penny challenge, which I've been doing since the start of the year. I've been doing £60, which means that I will finish the challenge 2 months early. But I'll probably just start it again, to be honest with you. But my plan is to be putting this money either towards a car or my insurance or driving lessons, like whatever I need car-wise. That's what I'm doing this penny challenge for. And then social, I'm putting £20. So that is my personal social money, like going out with my friends. So then spending is going to be my work lunch. Oh, spending 8.8% is £105.06. But I will round that down to 100. So that £5.06 is becoming a buffer for my bank account. And then my work lunches, I'm giving myself £20 a month. I'm usually about £5 every time I go out for lunch, roughly. So that gives me one a week, which I think is reasonable. I think if I want to treat myself on one day a week, that is fair. And it's not super unhealthy, it's just more expensive, to be honest. Meg's treat, I'm giving £40 a month. Again, I will probably roll over this amount and save up for things that I'm really wanting rather than splurging on crap. And then extra debt payment is £40. So I do have a bit of PayPal credit debt, which I know guys, I don't want to hear it. I know it's a problem, but like I said to you, I was having issues with my spending and now I'm going to be paying it off. So I also did one for my partner's account. So you can see here, he's got income of 1,400. His house is the same as me. Phone bill, same as me. His portion of the consolidation loan is £127. He's got a couple random like little subscriptions on his computer I don't know anything about. £1.44 and £1.59. I'm not mad at that. And then he also pays for the gym, which is £21.99. So his proportion of his bills is going to be 75%, 75.9%. So for him, I've estimated 15% of saving and 9.1% of spending, because he doesn't spend as much as me, if I'm honest with you, but I haven't put it into categories or nothing for him because it's up to him how he wants to spend it and how he wants to save it. If he has different saving categories, then that is completely up to him. So what I have estimated is £210 for saving and £120 for spending, and that also gives him a £7.40 buffer. Obviously this is a round amount and you wouldn't be getting paid that, so whether it's up or down, he can change these amounts. The same for myself. Oh, I had the penny challenge behind there. Oops. So that's kind of it for today's video, guys. If you do want to hear more about how I'm going to be budgeting for May, please do subscribe down below and you will be seeing a video very soon about all of that. And I hope you all have an amazing day, and I hope that your budget is going way better than mine, because I have not been on the ball recently, but we're getting there. We will get back on the horse, or whatever the saying is, and I hope that you all have an amazing day. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.